Hold your word to yourself. Do you want high self-esteem? This is the key. Do you want to become a high performer? This is it. It's the mark of a man to be able to hold their word. When you say something, you do it. And it's the mark of someone with high self-efficacy. Part of self-esteem, self-efficacy, and self-worth. That you hold your word to yourself. Because if you can't believe your own thoughts when you think about something and you say to yourself that you're going to do something, how the fuck are you going to be able to create any fucking results in your life? If you can't even trust yourself to put yourself through what you say you're going to put yourself through, if you can't even exercise will, how the fuck are you going to be the driver of your life? Everything around you, all of reality that's competing for your attention right now is going to run a fucking train on you if you cannot exert the power of will. And this power of will is something that you cultivate. It starts with something small, like a wake-up time. Like you say you're going to get up and you're going to not go back to sleep and you're going to go back, you're going to fall asleep 16 hours later. And you're going to be productive for that whole fucking time. Or 12 to 14 hours of it. And then you actually do it? That's going to build a case for yourself. You see, beliefs only form from direct experience. You do know this, right? You can't just imagine yourself into a belief system. Beliefs are only something that our mind forms from having a massive exposure to direct experience. And that's an even bigger topic. And that's why it's so hard, to believe that we can do something if we never have. That's why there's those individuals out there that can just go for it. And just say, yeah, I'm going to do this. Watch this. Because they've built up such a momentum with their mind, with their belief in self, that they realize, no, I'm going to fucking do it no matter what, because I'm holding my word to myself. Why would I betray myself by not holding my word? This is so important. This is the cornerstone to your success right here. If you can't hold your word to yourself, let alone other people, fuck holding your word for other people right now if you can't even hold your word to yourself. And plus, you will find that if you're just an honest individual, you will be able to hold your word for other people because you can hold your word for yourself. But this is the maximum accountability here, because you know when you fuck up. You know when you half-assed it. You know when you cheated. And your subconscious mind is paying attention to that. And the identity that you build, the confidence that you have installed in your mind, is going to be based on the data that you feed yourself. And that data is the direct experience that you feed yourself. Are you feeding yourself direct experience of constantly, over and over again, saying, yeah, I'm going to work out today. I'm going to work out today. And then you don't do it. And I'm going to get up at this time. I'm going to get up at this time. And then you fucking sleep in. Or I'm going to go to bed at this time. I'm going to bed at this time. And then you fucking stay up. Or I'm not going to engage in that vice. And then you fucking engage in that vice. Or I'm not going to procrastinate on this thing. And then you do. Or I'm going to get this done. These are my 3 wins for today. I'm going to get this, this, and this done. And then you fucking do none of them. What kind of belief would you have in yourself if you can't even go out and do what you set out to do? This is fundamental. This is why, for example, creating habits for yourself is so goddamn empowering. When you see yourself stacking wins, you start to build direct experience as someone that can create results. As someone that can exert their will onto reality and not have reality run a fucking train on them. If you currently don't have the ability to hold your word to yourself, then you can notice why you don't have the results that you want yet. Because you need to exert your own will onto reality in order to get anything in life, to get any result. It all requires that exertion of will. But if you can't even drive the fucking meat machine that you're in, you're fucked. If you can't drive this machine, fucking life is going to drive it. It's going to be on autopilot with whatever systems and habits and routines that you've already indoctrinated yourself with. You're going to fall for the default basis, the default status quo. And it will take decades and decades and thousands of hours of painful time and effort to actually change these patterns. There's a reason why, for example, there's the rule of thumb of emotional discomfort when it comes to self-actualization. If it's emotionally uncomfortable, you're in the right direction because you're changing your ego. You're killing a part of your ego. That pain of doing that thing is a part of your old self leaving the body. And if you're not one to hold your word to yourself, then you're going to go through a lot of pain to really change that, to really change that self-direction. Holding your word to yourself is going to be the number one thing in determining the success that you get in your life as a whole. How the fuck do you expect to get to your destination if you can't even drive your car in a straight line? I think we massively undervalue this idea of holding our word. And as a result, we don't put much seriousness behind it. We don't put much effort behind it. We don't get worried when we're like, holy shit, I couldn't fucking keep my word to myself. How the fuck am I going to create any decent result that's difficult to accomplish if I can't even get the fuck out of bed when I say so? What is that for you? What are the things that you need to hold your word to yourself for? You know, every time you don't hold your word, you're betraying yourself. Now, of course, there is a lot of shadow work that can be done because we find ourselves at glass ceilings. And that's important. This comes into this topic where you need to do all the fucking shadow work such that all your trauma is gone. All of it. And by trauma, I mean anything that's happened in the past that still affects you in the present. Anything. To whatever degree. You know, PTSD is just trauma. It's just Very fucking high trauma. That's it. Or complex PTSD, that just means it's trauma that is not from one specific event. It's from a lifetime of events. But that's all reprocessable. That's the thing that people don't really understand, is that, yeah, it's reprocessable. You need to use the most powerful techniques. The most powerful sober one is EMDR therapy, eye movement desensitization, and EMDR, eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. And of course, the most powerful therapy being psychedelics. Namely, a great one is psilocybin. But aside from the glass ceiling tangent, if you want to create more results in your life, notice this one caveat with yourself. How much do you hold your word? And that will give you really all the answers in just terms of why the fuck you're not creating the results that you want. Because I want to leave you with a little bit of an idea of a vision here. What if you had that belief in yourself where you say, whatever the fuck I do, I get. Whatever I say is mine becomes mine. Just like Arnold Schwarzenegger, when he went on that stage and he already knew that award was his, Mr. Olympia, whatever his first bodybuilding show is, Mr. Universe, whatever. He believed it was already his. He was just there to claim it. And as a result, he was visualizing himself on stage. And he said he was going to do it. And he went through all the motions to build that body, to build the skills of posing. What if you had that vision? Imagine, if you know Wes Watson, imagine being Wes Watson coming out of 10 years of prison, where you've just been, for the longest time, indoctrinating yourself with a self-efficacy mindset. That is really the key of Wes Watson's success, is that he built such a high value of his word that when he says he's going to do something, he goes and does it. And that was built from years of getting up at the same time, doing the workouts, following the routines, following the protocol. He had a decade and, just to be conservative, several years already built up. When he left the penitentiary, he had several years of direct experience providing a case that he is one to get shit done. He is one to exert his mind on the world, his will on the world. And that's why he got the success he has now. It's because he's cultivated that super inner belief in himself. That whatever he wants, he gets, because he's going to fucking put it all in with a full seriousness. Everything in the world becomes invisible except the path to the goal. This is something that is built up every single day. And you need to create a case for yourself. You're one to create results. You're one to hold your word to yourself. You get done what you say you're going to get done. There's no qualms about it. And any time that you don't hold your word and you don't create those results, you see it as a massive betrayal. A massive betrayal to yourself. You see it as sacrilegious. You need to see yourself as one that doesn't miss. Imagine living a life where you just said, yep, that's my goal. I'm after it. That's mine. I'm going to become the motherfucker that can get that goal 10 times over. Because that's how much I'm going to train myself. That's how much vigor I have in my actions. That's how much seriousness I put in every single detail. It's all in the details. And I don't skip any details because the smallest details is as important as the big picture. Because I'm going to make fucking sure that I get the result because I said to myself, I'm going to get it. That's the kind of mindset that you need to embody if you really want to create some remarkable results. It starts today with your programming. It starts today with your habits. Fucking getting up at the time you're saying you're going to get up. Following their schedule like you said you would. Getting those wins, stacking those wins like you set out to. Not getting distracted, saying no to distractions. Hopefully, you're old enough by now to have had one of those perfect days where you just really dialed the fuck in. What if you can cultivate a mindset where you really dialed the fuck in every single moment of your life? What kind of results could you create? Who could you become? And you'll only find out if you have the courage, if you can gift yourself the courage to hold your word to yourself. So with that, I'd like to thank you for watching. And I will see you in the next one.